Tonight, Fargo fire crews are investigating what led to a devastating blaze that has displaced more than a dozen people. Crews responded to 137 Prairie Wood Drive South just before 5 this morning for a fire that started on a third-floor balcony, then spread to the attic. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley spoke with a neighbor, one of the first to call 911, who says she was sure her home was going to be scorched as well.
Holy crap, I can't believe how fast it spread.
Just 500 feet away, Ashley Brim and her family watched through their bedroom window Thursday morning as what started as a small porch fire quickly exploded through most of the neighboring building.
You can see the cloud of smoke going around it, and it was just funneling up. It looked like a big tornado on top of that house.
Brim says her husband was one of the first to call for help and says as the blaze continued, her worries shifted to the possibility of needing to evacuate with her 3 small children.
I was really happy that we're not connected by the roof.
Over a dozen residents have been displaced, but the Red Cross says they're providing safe shelter for those impacted at a local hotel.
It is really scary. I know that there is children living there. I know that there's children in that whole apartment complex.
I'm not really that sad. I'm just happy they're alive.
And this is why you don't smoke cigarettes and put them out on your porch. I know that's exactly how it happened.
While the fire's cause has yet to be determined, several neighbors tell me the tenants in the third-floor apartment are known smokers and believe an improperly discarded cigarette is the culprit of the blaze.
Be aware of who your neighbors are and what they're doing.
In South Fargo, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
Fire crews say no one was injured in that fire. A little cooler today, some of us feeling it more than others. Let's find out what's in store for this evening. Here's Hutch with your First Alert forecast. Hey, Hutch.
Andrea, thanks so much. As you take a look at our colorful temperature map right now, where you see the green colors, we have cool temperatures, even into the mid-40s for places like Baudette, but those warm to near 70 degrees for Jamestown, Sisseton at 65. Both Grand Forks and Fargo are near 60 degrees heading into the evening. So cooler north, thanks to the fact that we have a few more clouds there, and we do have a warm front that's pushing in from the south. We have south winds that at times have been gusting over 20 miles per hour. Right now, they're sustained at around 15 miles per hour. So your planner in Fargo this evening, temperatures will be fairly steady with clouds that will be persistent. Our wind will gradually decrease as we enjoy sunset here in the next 30 seconds, Andrea. So we'll have details on the rest of your work week forecast. We'll look at the weekend ahead as a major storm system makes its way through the region and how that'll impact you in a moment.
All right. Thanks, Hutch.
You bet.
Today, a judge rejected defense requests to move the trial of 4 former Minneapolis police officers charged in George Floyd's death. The judge also ordered that all 4 will be tried together instead of separately. The judge made the ruling after defense attorneys argued that pretrial publicity had made it impossible for the 4 men to get a fair trial in Minneapolis. They had also cited a September 11th hearing in which the men and their attorneys were confronted by angry protesters outside the courthouse, saying it would be unsafe for participants. A tragic reminder for drivers to watch out for deer on roads this time of year. A Minnesota man is in critical condition after hitting a deer while driving his motorcycle. It happened around 7:30 last night in Benton County. The 23-year-old driver is in a St. Cloud hospital with life-threatening injuries. A senior administration official says if Joe Biden declares victory, the president may not concede the election. The race for the White House hinges on just a handful of states where the ballot counting continues. Michael George is in Wilmington, Delaware with more.
The vote count between former Vice President Joe Biden and President Trump in several uncalled states continues to narrow.
In America, the vote is sacred. Each ballot must be counted. And that's what we're going to see going through now.
In Georgia, the president holds the lead, while Biden leads in the western states of Arizona and Nevada.
We want to make sure that we're being accurate. The results in the state of Nevada obviously are going to be very important to the entire country, and that is our #1 goal.
The Biden campaign says the vote count is only looking better and better for them. Meanwhile, on Twitter, President Trump demanded election officials stop the count and made allegations of voter fraud, which were flagged as misleading by Twitter. The Trump campaign has filed multiple legal challenges across several states, with the latest in Nevada.
We firmly believe that there are many voters in this group of mail-in people that are not improper voters.
We are not aware of any improper ballots that are being processed.
President Trump is celebrating a ruling in Pennsylvania, which allowed Trump campaign officials to observe the vote count.
We're not leaving until we witness every single vote that transpires in here.
But the Trump campaign's litigation strategy also hit setbacks Thursday. A Georgia court dismissed a lawsuit over absentee ballots. And in Michigan, a judge denied the Trump campaign's request to halt ballot counting. Michael George, CBS News, Wilmington, Delaware.
Both the Biden and Trump campaigns have mounted huge fundraising efforts online to help pay for legal challenges as the ballot count continues. CBS News has learned the president's son-in-law and advisor, Jared Kushner, is actively searching for a campaign-level spokesperson to spearhead its election litigation strategy. Right off the bat at his news conference this afternoon, Governor Doug Burgum dove into how our area is seeing some of the highest numbers of COVID-19 cases and high positivity rates, and that is affecting risk levels across the state. Burgum says all counties are now in either moderate or high risk level. Effective tomorrow, 14 counties are moving from the low risk level to moderate. 8 are moving from moderate to high. 25 counties will remain at high risk level, and 6 counties will remain at moderate risk. However, many are questioning why several counties weren't bumped to the critical level. The governor says we're not there yet, and what he thinks will make a difference is individual responsibility.
The minute I leave my school or my work and then I head out for my social life, I immediately get into large private gatherings, whether those are in public or in private locations, because just because they might be people you know doesn't mean that there wouldn't be people there that would be transmitting.
Governor Burgum points out the guidelines we have in place in the state won't last forever. The state has seen nearly 8,400 new cases just in the past 7 days. 2 major COVID-19 outbreaks today in North Dakota nursing homes. Lutheran Sunset Home in Grafton is reporting 44 residents and 21 staff members tested positive for the virus. The home has 91 beds. Also, Pembelier Nursing Center in Walhalla is reporting 26 residents and 3 staff are COVID-19 positive. The center has 37 beds. These numbers come after mass testing at the facilities. They are working with the state health department. North Dakota health experts are reporting a massive increase in deaths and the highest positivity rate we have seen so far since the start of COVID-19. 29 deaths have been reported in one day, increasing the total to 596. The positivity rate is the highest we have seen so far at 17.15%. Cass County is reporting the highest number of positive cases today in the state, 266. The full numbers can be found on our VNL News app and on the bottom of your screen. You're being asked to stop using a certain travel mug because you could get hurt. The recall that's underway is next on Valley News Live at 5.
Peak temperatures today were cool up to the north near the international border with some near 50-degree readings there. It was near 70 down to the south and out to the west. We have some mild weather before things get a little wild. I'll have all the details right after this.